Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Rafe's revelation, Theresa MIA, Johnny's proposition and Tripp's enthusiasm. Days of Our Lives uncover that Rafe Hernandez finds out about Harris Michael's affections for Ava Vitali. Alex Kyriakis and Brady Dark collaborate to track down a missing Theresa Donovan. Johnny DiMera needs to wed Chanel Dupree once more. Furthermore, Wendy Shin and Tripp Johnson turn up the intensity. Rafe Hernandez's revelation. DOOL uncover that Rafe will make a revelation. After the strike on the bistro, Harris makes an admission to Rafe. Harris will concede that he cares deeply about Ava. Despite the fact that the bistro did not contain any drugs, this may make the investigation more difficult. Truth be told, Harris could let Rafe know what he's been seeing with Ava and how he realizes something isn't correct. Harris naturally assumes that Stefan is coercing Ava. Truly, Ava and Stefan are both being compelled to work for Clyde Weston's, James Reed, drug business. Along these lines, Rafe could give Harris some direction on the most proficient method to deal with his doubts. Rafe and Ava were sincerely involved at one time. Along these lines, Rafe could concur that Ava's odd way of behaving shows something isn't correct. Rafe could have a few thoughts on the most proficient method to get reality, particularly after Harris informs him regarding Ava's phony sentiment with Stefan. DOOL, Theresa Donovan missing. On fans will see Theresa disappear. Alex and Brady will both quest for Theresa. Despite the fact that Tate Dark got uplifting news, he needed to make a trip without his folks to the recovery office in Illinois. Theresa didn't take this news quite well. Theresa is likewise struggling with discovering that she couldn't in fact have contact with Tate for 1 month. Thus, when Theresa disappears, Alex and Brady dread it's because of a backslide. Alex and Brady will cooperate to attempt to find Theresa before it's past the point of no return. Assuming anything happens to Theresa while Tate is gone, the teen could fault himself, exacerbating things. Johnny DiMera's engagement proposition. Days of Our Lives uncover that Johnny will make a statement. Johnny enthusiastically advises Chanel that he needs to wed her once more. While Chanel loves Johnny, she probably won't say okay. Chanel will need to know why the abrupt engagement proposition, particularly after their significant discussion about interracial connections. Days of Our Lives. On fans can anticipate that Tripp Johnson and Wendy Shin should turn up the intensity. Even though Tripp and Wendy are having a great time right now, could there be some problems coming up in the near future? Which storyline would you say you are anticipating seeing the most on Thursday, January 18th? Share your considerations in the remark area underneath. Make sure to continue to watch The Cleanser on Peacock to figure out what occurs straight away. Sloane's alcoholic, dislocated, and heartbreaking supper. In the Times of Our Lives recap for Tuesday, January 16, 2024, Sloane's evening gathering with John and Marlena went horrendously, terribly, wrong. Days of Our Lives recap features. What's more, Harris headed a Salem Police Division strike of the bistro. Additionally, Justin negotiated a deal that earned Alex respect for Tate's release from prison. Presently, we should dig somewhat more profound into what occurred. The bistro supper unique, a police strike. Ava and Stefan thought they had an idea about everything at the bistro. Their most concerning issue, possibly looking for another food provider. The bistro was suddenly raided by Harris, who was armed with a warrant. Ava and Stefan realized they were in a bad way. Obviously, Ava really wanted to divert from the circumstance by raking Harris over the coals. Harris protected himself, however there was nothing he could do. Understand this, figure out what's going on next on Days. Sadly for the analyst, there were not a single medications in sight. Clearly, Clyde realized it was working out, so he had a partner move the medications. The person did as such without Ava and Stefan knowing. In the wake of saying sorry to their clients, Stefan visited with Gabby on the telephone. In the meantime, Ava got a text from an obscure individual who requested that she meet them at the docks. It ended up being Harris. #FreeTate update. Tate was let out of prison, making his mother and father so blissful. Justin sorted out for him to be moved to an adolescent recovery office, a spot that is probably significantly more protected. Brady, that is, up until they learned about a few of the conditions. For instance, Tate won't be able to communicate with anyone outside of the facility for the first month. Tate also didn't like some of the other things he would have to do there, but he knew it was the only way to stay out of trouble and avoid being punched. Justin's arrangement with the adjudicator surrendered Alex a wake call. He confessed to Brady he was unjustifiably basic, however presently he's seen the light. After Justin reported that EJ won't prevent this exchange from occurring, everyone cheered. What's more, Alex apologized to Justin for questioning his abilities. Afterward, the family expressed farewell to Tate. Exceptionally abnormal evening gathering. John and Marlena showed up before the expected time for their supper with Sloane and Eric, a move that didn't look good for Sloane. She drank far more than one glass of wine and ate nothing. So that wine went directly to her head. Thus, the evening gathering highlighted abnormal quiets between Sloane, John, and Marlena when Eric was out of the room. Likewise, Sloane made unfunny mother quips and called Marlena stony-looked as well as a scary person. Sloane drunk cried at one point because she couldn't control her emotions. Her endeavors to make a good impression on John and Marlena failed, causing cringy second after cringy second. It immediately became clear that this supper was a finished catastrophe. John and Marlena offered to take Jude for a walk when he started to cry. During that walk, Marlena saw something about the child. At the point when he grinned, he seemed to be Eric. John and Marlena felt terrible for Eric. They understood Sloane attempted to intrigue them, however flopped pitiably. When Brady called John to inform them that they were required at the police station to say their goodbyes to Tate, the dinner party came to an end. Sloane, on the other hand, collapsed before she could tell Eric the big secret. With respect to Eric, he dealt with Jude. Sloane's inebriated admission, exclaims Jude truth during family supper? Days of Our Lives spoilers uncover that during the week Sloane Peterson Brady and Eric Brady have a family supper. Eric and Sloane welcome John Dark and Marlena Evans to the family supper. In any case, Sloane is obviously savored the week-by-week review cut. Will Sloane's slurred speech contain a shocking confession about his baby? Sloane Peterson Brady's responsibility. DOL uncover that Sloane has been overpowered with responsibility over the reception plot. Because of what's going on with Holly Jonas, Sloane now has to deal with even more guilt. Due to a drug overdose, Holly is on life support. As Sloane told Melinda Trask, Tina Huang, Nicole Walker-DiMera could lose her other kid as well. Days of Our Lives Sloane's tipsy admission, exclaims Jude truth during family supper? Despite the fact that Melinda continues to persuade Sloane to stay silent, the responsibility is all eating the legal counselor alive. Sooner or later, Sloane will have no real option except to exclaim reality. DOL Eric-Ol association. While Sloane is bantering over what to do, Eric and Nicole have an association. Eric and Nicole will continue to develop nearer in spite of the confounded and sensitive circumstance. Nicole and EJ DiMera had previously discussed Eric's involvement in the woman's life. Nonetheless, it is prodded that Eric-Ol will keep on drawing even nearer. In fact, when Holly is transferred to a medical clinic on January 15th, Suzanne Rogers, Nicole, EJ, Eric, and Maggie Horton Kiriakis all bid her farewell. Nicole Walker-DiMera's recommendation. Days of Our Lives uncover that during the 7-day stretch of January 15th, Nicole will move toward Sloane. While Sloane will feel incredibly anxious, Nicole will not be terminating allegations. At any rate, it doesn't seem like it in light of the multitude of spoilers that have been delivered. Days of Our Lives tipsy admission? Fans will see Eric and Sloane have a family supper, which Jarlena are welcome to. Sloane slurs about Marlena's intimidating nature in a weekly preview clip that makes it clear that he is intoxicated. On the off chance that Sloane is this alcoholic, might she at any point likewise stammer out an admission about taking Nicole's child? Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.